Hi, my name is Kevin Schinnever. My company is Red Kobold Games, and this is for my Kickstarter for BlueDungeonTiles. BlueDungeonTiles are terrain and map tiles for role-playing games. There are 8 different front designs with common room and corridor configurations. On the back, they have a 4x4 grid. With 8 designs, you get 6 of each card. So the basic set has a total of 48 cards. They're laminated so that they work with both dry erase, wet erase, and permanent markers. I wanted to make sure that it worked with all 3 of those, because wet erase, I wanted it to work with those so that it would be compatible with those of you that are using battle maps. I like to use dry erase markers on them, but sometimes the dry erase marker could get scuffed off. So I also wanted them to work with permanent markers so that you could draw things on ahead of time and you knew it would stay there until you were ready for it to come off. So now I'm going to demonstrate how they work with the different markers. This is a wet erase marker that you typically use with most battle maps. You can come in and draw whatever detail you want on the map, such as doors or traps, or indicate, wall sconces. All that comes off just with a wet towel, just like they would with your normal battle map. As I said, they also work with dry erase markers, which is my preferred way of using them. So again, you can draw your door, different traps or whatever encounters may occur in the corridor, and that all just wipes right off. Sometimes you may want to prepare before your gaming session and have something drawn for some special encounter, and in transporting your map or your tiles, sometimes they'll get buffed or rubbed and it'll come off. So I designed the tiles to also work with permanent markers. So if there's some special event or feature, you can have it drawn and prepared ahead of time, and so when you transport it, it's not going to smear or come off. And so you can set up, have your gaming session, but then at the end of the session, to get the permanent marker to come off, all you've got to do is get your dry erase marker and go over the permanent marks, and then it'll come right off. Another thing about the tiles too, the reason I chose to do them in blue rather than having it in black to signify where stuff was solid, blue was a good neutral tone, and it allowed you to have things drawn on the tiles as the characters detect them or discover them. So for example, they may be going down the corridor and they discover a secret door, and after the secret door has been detected, then you can draw the secret door on. If the color of the tiles was black, you wouldn't have sort of that middle tone where you could draw it and it would show up. It also allows you to, when they go into a room after maybe a trap has been detected, you can then, draw the trap on the map tile. I also wanted the dungeon tiles to be setting neutral. I've got a large collection of dungeon tiles in addition to my maps. I've got some that are tech, some that are for ice caves, some that are for dry desert dungeons. But I wanted something that could fit any occasion and just be based on the description that I give the players. And I wanted them to be setting neutral so that they could work just as well for a tech adventure as they would for a dungeon adventure. So you could have an adventure where this is a temple. But you could just as well come back and this could be an adventure this is a deck plan for a starship, and you have a monitor and a computer system here. So I wanted them to be flexible and kind of multi-use and kind of setting neutral and just really rely on the imagination of the players and the gamers. Also wanted the dungeon tiles to be easy to transport. The basic set of tiles is going to be 4x4 tiles. If we meet that goal, there'll be an expansion to go to some what are called expert tiles, which are some 4x6 tiles. They kind of have some other common larger room configurations, some circular rooms, some rooms with columns and colonnades in them. some hallways with cells off of there. And part of that led into how I was going to do the packaging. This is just sort of a prototype packaging for the tiles. It's a repurposed VHS case that I was able to get, but it allows me to, it fits the tiles and it allows me to ship them inexpensively. But the case fits your basic set of tiles. It also has room in it for a dry erase marker, so you'll be able to get all your tiles and your stuff and throw it in your back with your other books and papers and easily bring it to wherever you're playing. Last of these in here. So that'll fit all your set and your marker, which is not included. It fits in a nice, very durable case that's, again, easy to carry around and can be put up on your bookshelf. And it's also easy for me to ship in some mailers and some priority shipping boxes. And so, in summation, I'd just like to thank you for your interest and for watching this video. And just want to let you know that this is just the tip. If we reach the basic goal, I've got an expert set and an advanced set that we'll do through stretch goals, and I've even have some ideas beyond that. And stay in touch with keep in touch with the site and also with my website, redkobold.com, where I'll have some other announcements and things. And probably the next video that I'll put up here on the blog is how to do how to use the tiles to do a random dungeon for solo play, or just doing a random dungeon with players. Because one thing about the cards is that they're about the thickness and strength of cards, and you can actually shuffle them to randomize them and do some different things like that, so that you can have it do some adventures where you randomly create dungeons for your group. And thanks again.